Do you get frustrated getting to what you want? Not sure if you're asking the right questions? Hi, I'm Debra Kasowski, 3-time best-selling author, 2-time TEDx speaker, executive coach, and the host of the Millionaire Woman Show podcast. Thank you for joining me. Today, I want to talk to you about the questions you're asking and the results you're getting. Often there's many contributing factors, but one is the belief that questions are stupid. And how many times have we heard that that's a stupid question, or that could be a dumb answer? But the thing is, no question's stupid. You wouldn't be asking it if you didn't know the answer. So when you ask the question, really thinking about what is the result that you want, I find that in my work that people have stopped asking questions because they've had someone who they looked up to as a coach, a parent, or someone who told them that their question was stupid, and they started asking less questions. Because as children, our most common question is really from a place of curiosity, is why? 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 And all of these things came from a place of curiosity and awe and wonder about the world around us. Yet we've shut that part down. And what I want to encourage you to do is to ask more questions in the right way to get the answers that you want. Now, first of all, when we put questions in a positive framework, it makes a big difference. And that positive framework is not using the words not, or should have, or, can't. We're wanting to get to a result that we want. So in order to do that, we got to pay attention to the power of our words, but also step back and look at the power of your belief. If you're attempting to ask questions to get to what you want, and you don't believe that you're going to achieve it because you need to see results first, you're not going to win the game. You need to believe something before you see it. You need to be able to ask the questions knowing that you're going to have that expectation of result. Too many people think, I'll ask the question, but chances are it's not going to happen. Well, that already bombed. So I want you to start asking questions in a positive framework, expecting to get the result that you want. And if you don't, it might detour you to the next question. Sometimes it's a matter of not knowing who to ask. And when you start asking, you can get redirected to other people, redirected to new resources, and really get to where you need to go. People want to help. They want to reciprocate. They want to help people get in the direction that they need to. And the best part about it is you get to be a part of the success journey. In my work as a coach, it is so important to ask the powerful question, not about the problem. It's often focused on the individual themselves. Because if we focus on the problem, we're finding more problems. I really love to come from a solution-focused place of working with the client where they're at in their mindset. What are they thinking? What are the beliefs they're holding? What is influencing the questions that they ask? When we can start paying attention to the questions we ask, then see how it's making us feel. Because if we feel that we're on the road to expectation and result, we're going to ask and we're going to take action. But if we feel that we're not going to be successful, or there's something influencing the belief around it, and we feel doubtful, we listen to the naysayers, then we're not going to ask the questions that we need, the most important questions. And the biggest thing I want you to think about when you have a question, turn your questions into your quest, that you're going to go after the answer to get the results that you want. Because when you get the right answers and you get the right resources and the right people in the right place, that's where the magic happens. This is where we see people achieving huge results. And it also comes from, that expectation. And when I talk about expectation, it's optimism. Now, I'm not talking about, that they're always wearing rose-colored glasses. It's a matter of changing those glasses, looking at things from a different perspective, a different angle. And as you do that, you get more answers. don't forget to tap into your network. Ask the question. Someone will direct you. I remember years ago when I first started with the shoebox campaign. If you go over to my TEDx talk called Packing a Difference in a Shoebox, you'll hear the story of how I had this idea, didn't even know where to start. And just because I started putting it out there, sharing the event, asking questions of who knew this and who knew that and who could help me, all of a sudden, it was like the world orchestrated getting the results. It was a path that needed to go down. And in the process, I met the most amazing people who contributed to the ideas. They put in their hard work there. It was incredible. And the impact on the kids and the smile on their face and hearing the shrieks of joy, now that was ultimately worth it. So when you think about asking questions, get curious about people. Get curious about what makes them tick, what ticks them off, and what is the driving belief behind the actions that they're taking. If they're disappointed with the results they're getting, or if they feel stuck, this is when we need to get curious and need to shift perspectives to see how we can get you unstuck and heading in the direction that you want to go. And that often helps with getting really clear on what it is you want to do. One of the best exercises that I've learned years ago, and I've used it in my own practice, is just sitting down and having someone ask you, just every couple minutes, what do you want? And free writing everything out on paper. As you do that, without interruption, without editing, without spell checking, you're letting your brain free flow, dumping those ideas, and you're going to do that for about 10-15 minutes. The person saying it to you might drive you completely nuts, but that's okay. It's for a short time period. And then at the end, you're going to say, you know what? This is what I want. That clarity of getting it out of your head onto paper is huge. So really get curious. And when you have new situations that you're going into, write down a bunch of questions. What are the questions you need to ask to get the results that you want? And reverse engineer. Work backwards from where you want to go and ask the questions of what is it that I need to know? What actions do I need to take? What's working and what's not working? What do I need to adjust? Questions will guide you along your path, get you down the journey to where you're wanting to head. And don't be afraid to check in with people to get feedback. How am I doing? What could I do differently? By getting this feedback and working with others and paying attention to your emotions when you're asking questions, because emotions can lead us toward asking the right question as well as pulling us away from where we want to go because we get scared. And that fear can hold you back. But when you use fear to trigger you to seek more knowledge and get more information, it's going to help you. So fear is not necessarily a bad thing, but when you are asking questions, what you want to be doing is really paying attention. Am I asking the question to get the answer that I want? Too often people are asking a yes/no question, which is a close-ended question. We want to open up to open-ended questions. And one of the most powerful things that you can say to somebody after you've asked a question is, tell me more. Telling you more and expanding on the conversation leads you to learn more information than you ever have known. And in my podcast, I think it's so exciting when I interview guests on the Millionaire Woman Show. I am asking questions that organically come up from part of the conversation. So this is where you ask additional questions and move forward. And by asking those additional questions, or more what we call the probing question, you get more information, you share more, and you're able to serve in a bigger way. Now, if you have the right questions and you ask the right questions and get better answers, don't you think you're going to have different results? Thank you for joining me. I'm Debra Kasowski. I would love for you to go over to my website at www.debrakasowski.com. Grab your free download right now of the 3-part video course on making habits stick. Build that focus and consistency into your life, your leadership, and your business. And now, if you're interested in coaching and getting deeper with asking questions and really getting unstuck, DM me, send me a message, and we'll set up a complimentary discovery session to set you up for success. Thank you again for joining me. My website is www.debrakasowski.com. Hit the bell, subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, comment below, share this video with other people so we can help change the world together. Thank you.